Farabak from Community Business.
And my name is Michael Chen, also from Community Business.
It is our pleasure to be your MCs for this virtual award ceremony of our inaugural 2021 Asia Employee Wellbeing Awards.
We are thrilled you have tuned in to join us as we look to celebrate all the finalists and announce the winners of these brand new regional awards. And their introduction could not be more timely or more important.
With the pandemic, it's been a pretty tough 12 months for everybody. I think most of us would acknowledge that our well-being has suffered and our resilience challenged to some degree. Certainly, we've had to dig deep to find new levels of resourcefulness and resilience.
And with lockdowns and social distancing restrictions in place, we've all had to adapt to new ways of doing things. New ways of working, new ways of socializing, and even new ways of celebrating, such as this virtual awards ceremony.
It is no coincidence that this event is taking place on the eve of the International Day of Happiness, an event which has been celebrated around the world on the 20th of March since 2013, and by our team at Community Business since 2019, when we ran our first Happiness Life Day, featuring fascinating guest speakers on this important topic.
Throughout today's program, we'll not only be celebrating the great work that is being done by companies who prioritize the well-being of their employees, but also looking to lift our collective spirit and spread a little happiness.
So to get us in the mood, our first happiness fact, courtesy of the Action for Happiness, a fabulous movement led from the UK, designed to create a happier and kinder world. Did you know, Michael, that research shows that people who are optimistic tend to be happier, healthier, and cope better in tough times? So to all our finalists, stay optimistic and recognize that regardless of whether you walk away with the ultimate prize today, you have done an amazing job to get this far, and we applaud you.
We'll be revisiting and reinforcing this theme throughout the program, and I encourage you to contribute posting your happiness facts, inspirational quotes, or what happiness means to me ideas in the chat box. You may have seen on our social media channels that we have been exploring the theme of happiness over the last few weeks. We would like to thank our community business team for embracing the spirit of this campaign and sharing what happiness means to them. We encourage you to take part 2 and share clips of what happiness means to you. And remember to tag community business in your post and use the hashtag CBHappy.
So turning to today's program, in addition to the presentation of our Asia Employee Wellbeing Awards in 4 categories, we have a couple of treats in store, including some tips from a happiness expert. But first, I'd like to welcome our CEO, Peter Sargent, to say a few words.
Thank you and good evening. It's a pleasure to be welcoming you to the first Community Business Asia Employee Wellbeing Awards ceremony. I'm delighted that despite such a turbulent year, many companies in Asia have refocused their employee wellbeing efforts, and it's inspiring to read about all of the wonderful work that each of your companies are doing. I would like to thank the companies that have participated in this year's inaugural awards and to extend my personal congratulations to each of our finalists. Regardless of whether or not you win this evening, we look forward to partnering with you to showcase your leadership and to drive wider adoption of employee wellbeing best practices across the region. At Community Business, we've been pioneering employee wellbeing since 2008, and our efforts have taken on many forms. Here to give you a little bit more information about our campaign and to introduce the awards to you in more detail, I'm delighted to introduce our newly appointed Senior Program Manager for Employee Wellbeing, Sakshi Kumar.
Thank you, Peter. As we've already mentioned, today is the eve of International Day of Happiness. What better occasion to get together and celebrate the fantastic work so many of your companies have been doing to ensure your workforces are happy, healthy, and engaged. even amidst the most difficult and uncertain of recent times. For all the challenges that 2020 has thrown at us, one of the positives that has emerged is the increased focus on employee well-being. At Community Business, we've been championing the importance of work-life balance and employee well-being for over a decade. From our earliest studies highlighting the challenge of work-life balance in Hong Kong in 2008, and the introduction of Asia Employee Wellbeing Week, a regional campaign we promote each year in October, to our more recent initiatives to connect employee wellbeing professionals and encourage collaboration across organizations. We also continue to compile research on well-being related topics such as caregiving and career in the workplace and LGBT and mental health. It is fair to say that until the outbreak of COVID-19, the appreciation of the importance of employee well-being had not been fully grasped. This reflected in the fact that few organizations had resources or dedicated employee well-being professionals in Asia, and that approaches have tended to be ad hoc and tokenistic in nature rather than embedded deep into the heart of the business. But sometimes it can take a crisis for us to make the changes we really need to thrive. And it seems the businesses are rising to the challenge. During this time of the global pandemic, there has been an outpouring of heartfelt messages from CEOs and business leaders, extending concern for the health and well-being of employees. We've seen a greater readiness for companies to talk openly about mental health, a phrase considered taboo and scarcely to be uttered just less than 18 months ago. And we have seen companies respond with impressive creativity and agility as they find new ways to connect and engage with employees in a new virtual world. So, what a fantastic time to be launching these new Asia Employee Wellbeing Awards. Indeed, we have seen this new level of focus reflected in the nominations we received. To all the companies that nominated, thank you. Thank you for prioritizing employee well-being on your corporate agenda and sharing the important work that you are doing with us. There were many great nominations, but of course, there were some initiatives that really stood out. And it is those that we are putting the spotlight on today. Congratulations to all the finalists and winners. May the leading work that you are doing inspire and motivate others. Thank you and enjoy the program.
Thank you, Sakshi. And now, time for our next happiness fact. Did you know that our happiness is not set in stone? Although our genes influence about 50% of the variation in our personal happiness, our circumstances like income or environment affect only about 10%. As much as about 40% is accounted for by our daily activities and the conscious choices that we make. So, the good news is that our actions really can make a difference. And joining us today to share a little bit more about that,
it's Sha-En Yo, the founder of Happiness Scientists, joining us from Singapore. Sha-En deeply believes that every human being can live their best possible life. By sharing the research and tools from the field of positive psychology, she wants to empower people to take charge of their well-being by being proactive agents in their own lives, so that they can thrive and flourish. She emphasizes the need to look beyond the individuals and that this work extends to the companies and the communities in which individuals live, work, and play. Today, she will be sharing with us a personal story and 5 habits that help her build a happier life.
Ma'am, sorry to disturb. It's time to take your blood pressure. It was 3 a.m. at night, and the nurse was coming around yet again to take my blood pressure and my temperature. I had fallen asleep just moments ago, only to be roused yet again. And as I looked around me, everyone there was at least 20 years my senior. Yet here I was, lying in a hospital bed, feeling absolutely uncomfortable because I had a catheter stuck to me. Looking back, I should have seen this coming. 14-hour work days, poor quality sleep, frustration with my job, battling in my own mind. But still, I plowed on thinking, well, everyone around me seems to be working just as hard, so there must be something wrong with me. It was only when the doctor said, Sharon, we need to operate, that I began to realize that I was downright miserable. Ma'am, your BP is okay, go back to sleep. As if I have any say in the matter at that moment. And as I sit there or lie there trying to put myself back to bed, a thought comes into my mind. How did it end up like this? And that began a 15-year journey to really find out the answer to how can I be happy. And I realized it isn't some fancy-wancy path, nor fame, nor fortune. It really comprises simple habits that we can do in less than 5 minutes a day, that over time builds up what happiness could look like and feel like. And I'm so excited today that I get to share 5 of these habits with you. The first is practice being present, using your 5 senses to just slow down and notice what's around you. Not something that was happened this morning, not something that's going to happen later, but something that's happening or is in front of you right now. So for me, I'm going to practice being present with my cup of coffee. First, I admire it and the lovely froth that's on top of the coffee. Next, I take a smell. And I can smell the little bit of sugar that I put in there, the coffee beans, and the milk, of course. I love milk. And the last bit of that is to really put it to my mouth and take a sip. And in that moment, I'm truly savoring and enjoying my moment with the coffee. Most of us drink our coffee by sipping it very quickly or sipping it while doing our work. And we don't capitalize on that moment, which is a moment that's just for you. And as you learn to do that, you'll find that just being in the moment, savoring, and practicing being present brings you calm. And also, more importantly, you realize that that moment is a moment just for you. You are in control, you are present, and you have a choice over whether you want to continue in that moment or whether you want to move on and do something else. So practice being present. The second point is to be grateful and notice what's going well for you. I know that it can be so incredibly difficult given the current environment that we are in. Negative news, news of people not being well and so on, that it can be so hard to focus on what is going well. And you know what? Our ancestors had the same issue. They focused more on the saber-toothed tiger in front of them more than the bunch of beautiful flowers that were in front of them as well. Because if they did not focus on the saber-toothed tiger, they would be eaten and we would not exist. But if they did not focus on the beautiful flowers, pretty much nothing would have happened. But dwelling so much on what's not going well can have a negative impact on our well-being. Focusing on what's going well using the most powerful positive emotion, gratitude, can bring the opposite effect. It makes you feel better, it makes you appreciate what's going well in life. And today, one of the things that I am really grateful for are my 2 beautiful daughters. Now, they're not yet at school, so I'm showing you a picture which was taken from one of our travels a couple of years ago. And here they are, being all cheeky, playing on the bars. And one of the things that I'm really grateful about them and why I mention them today is that their cheekiness brings a lot of fun into my life, without which it would probably be far more boring. So don't just list down what you're grateful for, but really spend time in the why. Why are you grateful for what you have listed? And truly appreciate everything that it brings to you. The third point is to talk that gremlin down. You know, the gremlin that tells you you're not good enough, that gremlin that tells you you can't do it, that gremlin that tells you it's going to be a bad day. Well, that gremlin is just trying to protect you. But sometimes you've got to ask it to take a back seat and put yourself in the driver's seat and ask yourself a far more empowering question, and that is, what can I do? When it says it's going to be a bad day, ask yourself, what is just one thing that I can find that could be good about today? When we learn to manage that gremlin and learn not to listen to it so much, we can manage the negativity that pops up in our life and refocus on the things that are good in our life. The third point, or rather the fourth point, is to refocus on your strengths and accomplishments. Lying in that bed, I reflected on what I love to do. And one of the reasons I was frustrated was that I was spending far more time sitting behind the desk, typing minutes, and sometimes attending meetings that I couldn't even make sense of, rather than being connected to people, being with people, being able to share my passion and knowledge. And once I realized what my strengths were, I was able to use it to build the life that I now have, which is sharing and empowering people with the scientific tools and research in positive psychology. Now, sharing this with you brings back a funny story of when I was with my husband, then my boyfriend, as we were walking down the streets in London. We were walking and I was chatting with him, getting all excited about the day ahead. And suddenly he turns to me and he says, "Sha-en, wow, you can really talk." And I know maybe to some of you that sounds offensive, but I realized that he was right. I can really talk, and not only that, I enjoy doing it. So now I wonder who has the final laugh, because I am leveraging on the fact that I can talk. I'm living on the fact that I am passionate, and I'm using my gifts to share with the world and inspire people to create and be happy. So I'm going to tell you that using your strengths, leveraging on your strengths, allows you to feel confident, allows you to feel that you can overcome challenges, and it builds up inner resources which you can use to tackle whatever that comes your way. And it's far more empowering to focus on your strengths than your weaknesses, because when you know what you're good at and you're able to use it, you know that you can do just about anything. The fifth point, and maybe the most important point, is do what brings you joy. I noticed that so many people simply wait for joy to land in their lap. But you know what? Let's seize the day. If you know what makes you happy, why not schedule it? Do more of it. Instead of a to-do list, why not create a joy list for this weekend, maybe even for next week? Some suggestions: high tea or virtual high tea with your friends? Check. Dancing to yourself with your favorite music? Check. Staring at a picture of your favorite idol and swooning at how handsome he is? Check. Joy brings so much happiness into our life, and if we know what those things are, schedule them, and you'll find that you can create joy on demand. Now, back to my story. Looking back, I was really overworked and fatigued, so much so that I ended up in hospital having to have an operation to remove something that was inflamed in my body. And now I know how I ended up there. Not only did I fail to acknowledge and recognize that I was downright miserable and actually in a lot of pain, I did nothing to build myself up, and I outsourced my happiness to external factors. But no more of that. Over the past 15 years, I've come to realize it doesn't take much to be happy, and it often comes back to the fundamental things, the happiness habits that I've just shared with you. Done over time, these fundamental happiness habits can give you a solid ground on which to walk, a solid ground on which to live life happily, exactly as you envisioned it. And now, I get to live a life doing exactly that, doing the work that I love, leveraging on what I'm good at, talking just like what I'm doing to you now, appreciating life's goodness, and being in the moment, savoring with my 5 senses, just like I'm doing with all of you now. And this moment is one I'm truly grateful for. Thank you, and I wish you a happy 2021.
Wow, Shayan, thank you for those simple yet inspiring tips. Now,
when it comes to our awards assessment, there is a group of people who play a critical role, and that is our judges. We would like to take a moment now to acknowledge them. Of course, senior executives and subject matter experts from the community business team, but especially all our external expert judges, including in alphabetical order by first name,
Christiane Ross of Peer Group International,
James Kavula of Northern Trust, Kathy Kabai of Asia Solutions, Michael Eason of Lifespan Consulting, Minal Matani of OCD and Anxiety Support, Tanya Gan of Girls Just Want to Have Funds, Vinod Desai, author, and Viv Khan of Khan Elevate. Let's hear what some of them have to say.
These awards are a great opportunity to recognize and inspire efforts towards enhancing employee well-being in Asia. What was great to see amongst the finalists was a recognition that work-life harmony needs to be more than just flexible work arrangements, benefits, and activities, but an entire organizational culture. A culture that recognizes that employees want to have a say in not just when and how they work, but even why they work.
I felt honored and privileged to be part of a panel of judges who were dedicated, passionate, and knowledgeable in the field of mental health. I was extremely impressed by the high caliber of finalists in this competition. It was so evident that they were all working so hard to create a mentally friendly workplace environment that supports emotional well-being of their employees. I was excited to see the passion, commitment, and creativity that companies have in rolling out mental health initiatives that were meaningful, accessible, and sustainable for their workforce.
I wanted to congratulate Community Business for pulling off yet another fantastic event. I was privileged to be a part of the panel of judges for this year's Wellness Awards. The deliberations were beautifully thorough, the discussions were eye-opening, but most importantly, almost no aspect was overlooked when it came to selecting a winner. I genuinely believe that the kind of work which community business is doing in the area of wellness is vital to today's industry, especially considering what's happening in this post-COVID era. My congratulations to this year's nominees, not to mention, of course, to the winner. Competition in an area like this is a win-win for both employers and employees. So I'm hoping to see a lot more participants putting their best leg forward and vying for that top spot next year. Thank you.
Huge congratulations to all of those that took part and of course sent their submissions. And special gratitude and acknowledgement to the finalists that we had the pleasure to review and meet with. The level was incredible. The caliber of the presentations, the caliber of the programs they put together is definitely worth acknowledging, and myself and the other judges had a tough call. We did grill them with lots of questions and scrutiny, and they did really, really well. We look forward to announce the winner on the 19th of March. Well done, everyone.
It has been a great experience to hear from companies about the extra mile they've gone to ensure work-life harmony for their employees. I commend Community Business for this recognition initiative and hope this will help and motivate companies to play a silent but integral part in ensuring a great quality of life for their employees.
It is a tremendous honor to be part of a process celebrating companies who are having a positive impact on their employees and the wider community. This is a truly exceptional display of leadership, and you should be very proud of your achievements. Good luck to all the finalists.
Thank you to all our judges for contributing your expertise and bringing all important objectivity to the process, ensuring we maintain our reputation for delivering a rigorous and credible awards process.
So now to the main business for the evening and the presentation of our awards. We have 4 award categories: our Work-Life Harmony Award, sponsored by Northern Trust, our Physical Wellbeing Award, our Emotional Wellbeing Award, and our Financial Wellbeing Award.
For each of these categories, we will be acknowledging the finalists and revealing the winner. Unfortunately, given this virtual form, we are not being able to invite our winners to give an acceptance speech. However, we will be connecting with them shortly after this event, so please look out for these on Community Business social media channels in the upcoming week.
So starting in reverse order, the first award we are presenting today is our Financial Wellbeing Award. To introduce and present this award, I'm delighted to invite Kate Vernon, Executive Director from Community Business.
Hello, my name is Kate Vernon and I'm Executive Director at Community Business. And I'm so pleased to be able to join you virtually to present the 2021 Financial Wellbeing Award. The happiness fact that I'd like to share with you is that giving is good for you. When we give to others, it activates the parts of the brain associated with pleasure, social connection, and trust. Altruistic behaviour releases endorphins in the brain and boosts our happiness as well as the people that we're helping. And as we think about financial well-being, it's interesting to note that studies show that when we give money away, including donating to charity, we tend to feel happier than when we simply spend it on ourselves. Turning now to the presentation of the award. The Financial Wellbeing Award recognises a company that has taken a strategic and proactive approach to promoting the financial well-being of employees in Asia. At Community Business, we're advocates of adopting an holistic approach to employee well-being. Yet analysis of our own membership data shows that just 20% of companies are currently including financial well-being as part of their overall well-being strategy. This despite the fact that studies show that financial concerns are one of the biggest triggers of stress, and that in markets such as Hong Kong, financial concerns are a key contributing factor to the incidence of suicide. In fact, we believe that financial well-being is so important that we're currently looking to compile research on this topic, applying a cultural and diversity lens to understand how different target groups in Asia are impacted. Given this context, we're absolutely thrilled to have the opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate those companies that are taking the lead in addressing financial well-being in the workplace in Asia. So the finalists for this award in alphabetical order are Dell Technologies, Goldman Sachs, HSBC, and the winner is Goldman Sachs. Congratulations.
Next up, we have the Physical Wellbeing Award. To introduce and present this award, I'm delighted to welcome back our CEO, Peter Sargent.
Thank you. I'm honoured to be back to introduce and present the Physical Wellbeing Award. So here I have another happiness fact for you. Happiness is good for the heart. The Harvard School of Public Health examined 200 separate research studies on physiological well-being and cardiovascular health. Optimism and positive emotion were found to be protective factors against cardiovascular disease, to slow the progression of heart disease and to reduce the risk of experiencing a cardiovascular event, such as a cardiac arrest, by about 50%. The Physical Wellbeing Award recognises a company that has adopted a strategic and proactive approach to promoting the physical well-being of its employees in Asia. By now, we all know the importance of physical health on our overall health and well-being. Regular physical activity can relieve stress, anxiety, depression and anger, so providing a natural uplift to our overall mood and our sense of well-being. Research also highlights the important role that an active lifestyle can play in the improvement of sleep quality, the benefits of which go beyond the impact on emotional and physical health, as staying physically active also has a positive impact on our cognitive health, boosting both our morale and our alertness. And so it is with restrictions having been placed on our ability to exercise that we have really seen the emergence of more creative and innovative examples of best practice. The finalists for this award in alphabetical order are as follows: Evershed Sutherland, GSK, and Shell Companies in the Philippines. And the winner is Shell Companies in the Philippines. Congratulations.
First of all, I want to thank the organizers for the opportunity to showcase our health and wellness initiatives through our VIWA programs and for choosing us as one of your finalists.
Shell Philippines highly values its employees, and through our health and wellness program, which is in place for 14 years already, has empowered our employees to care for themselves and others physically, mentally, and socially.
We at Shell, as an energy company, where care is a part of our DNA and at the core of our Shell operations, the overall well-being of each of our employee matters. With all the changes brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, the challenge to maintain the work-life harmony while working from home has become apparent from last year. And the successful transition of the Shell BWA Plus under our BWA program, which is composed of a voluntarily organized group of employees who have the same interests on sports, who have built their community as well, and have encouraged other employees and members of the group to join them even when people are on community lockdown.
Through a strong employee engagement and providing a wide variety of options on healthy lifestyles, as well as organizing activities that are fun, inspiring, and motivating, provides a strong support for our employees to help them achieve their health goals.
So with 2 of our 4 awards presented, we're going to take a bit of a break from our awards presentation and have a bit of fun. To boost our energy levels and bring a smile to our faces, we invite you to join us in this happiness exercise.
Brought to you by Peer Group International.
Namaste. My name is Gopal, yoga teacher from Pure Yoga, Hong Kong. I've been teaching yoga for past 2 decades, and I teach different styles and forms, right from static to dynamic. I'm so delighted to join you all in this session. This is a short, energizing sequence. We're going to work on releasing tension from the neck and shoulder joints. Have a good practice. Sitting straight, closed eyes, take a moment. If you're sitting on a chair, also we can do it. Keeping your back straight, just place the hands and take a moment. We start our practice with 2 simple exercises, how to energize from inside and outside. Inside, we activate the energy, energizing through the breath, and outside, how to release tension from the shoulder joints. I'll quickly show you once what to do or how to do, and then we do it together. So I'm going to ask you to extend the arms just like this, and When you inhale, you pull the hands down and lift the breath up and expand the lungs. Like holding 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. When you exhale, let it go. So inhale, expand, hold 3 seconds and let it go. All right, let's go together. Go in, hold the breath. 3, 2, and out. In, hold the breath. 3, 2, out. Breathe in. Hold the breath. 3, 2, out. Breathe in. 3, 2, out. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale. 3, 2, out. 1 more time. Inhale. Hold. 3, 2, out. And gently place the hands on your thighs and take a couple of breaths. We do 1 more time, same motion, but the breathing pattern change. So here, we reach the arms up is inhale. When exhale, elbows bend, elbows goes to the side of the body. Exhale. So reaching up, exhale. So we do this in a fluid manner. Continuously we do it for 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Relax, place the hands on your lap and close your eyes and just take 2 breaths. Slow down your breath. Meanwhile, gently, let's go ahead and working on shoulders. So could you just slowly take your right arm extend, right palm facing to the back, left arm goes at the top, then slowly as you inhale, chest expands. When you exhale, use the hand to gently take the elbow closer to the head if you're comfortable behind the head. But don't rush, don't strain, do not force. Breathe. The beauty of your practice lies on how you breathe and how you connect your breath. One more time. Beautiful. Release the arms one after other. Out. Change. Left arm extend, palm facing to your back. Right hand at the top and go ahead. You inhale. Exhale. Be more conscious about your breath. Release the arms one after other, softly down. Good. Let's take the right arm one more time. But this time your right palm, place it to the left side of the ear, in and exhale. Feeling that stretch to the left side of your neck. Don't tilt your head or don't turn your head. Just look straight forward, gently stretching, feel it right on the side. Beautiful. Slowly bring it to the center and let's release the arm. Switch. Left arm straight, left palm to the right side of the ear. Slowly bring it to the center and release the hands softly down. Let's do one more exercise. This is basically focusing on how to activate the core strength or how to build the core strength. I'll show you a couple of options you choose. So simple, I'm going to ask you to use your hands to place it to the chair, or if you're on the mat, you choose. So what you do is you inhale, exhale, just press the palms and just lift the hips 1 or 2 inches up. That's all. Just hold it like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you drop. Okay, I'll show one more time inside view. Watch me and then you join me. See, what I'm doing is pressing it, lifting the hips up. You can put the feet completely pressing, or you can lift the heels up to you. 3, 2, 1, and drop. That's all. Ready? If you can lift the legs off, that's your option. I mean, a little stronger or challenging, you want to lift the feet, up to you. Your focus must be on the hands, how good you're pressing the palm, how good you gently round the back and bringing contraction to the core. All right, let's do it together. 3, 2, exhale, press, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sometimes common mistakes happens, like people move the hips forward. So keep in mind, hips go back and up. Okay, let's go. Press, exhale, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do really what you feel comfortable. Don't strain. Last 2. Exhale. Hips up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Don't give up. Last one time. 3, 2. Press. Even if very little is okay. Feel. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Good. Nice. And so interlace fingers. Turn it. Reach the arms. Extend as longer as you can. Beautiful. Slowly you will bring your palms in front to the heart center. Thank you everyone for joining the session, and hope you enjoyed the session. Wish you all a great success in your life, and namaste.
Wonderful. I hope you're all feeling happy and energized, something that you can take with you into your everyday lives.
So back to our awards presentation. I'm delighted to introduce Vijaya Matt, Country Head, India, at Community Business, to present the next award, which is the Emotional Wellbeing Award.
Hello everyone. Hope all of you are staying safe, healthy and happy. I'm excited to be here to present our Emotional Wellbeing Awards. The happiness fact that I would like to share with you is positive emotions help enhance our resilience. As all of you know, our emotions affect our long-term well-being. Research shows that experiencing positive emotions in a 3-to-1 ratio with negative ones leads to a tipping point beyond which we naturally become more resilient to adversity and better able to achieve the goals that we set out for ourselves. Coming to our award, the Emotional Wellbeing Award recognizes a company that has adopted a strategic and proactive approach to promoting the emotional well-being of employees in Asia. Emotional well-being covers a range of areas, from topics such as happiness that we have been focusing on today, through to resilience, stress, and of course, mental health. This year, with all that is happening, we have seen a huge uptake in the interest for sessions relating to mental health, including topics such as how to look out for the signs of burnout and stress of employees in the virtual environment. We have seen increased demand for training for managers, particularly in terms of how to have conversations about mental health and what kind of support managers can provide. We are only just beginning to appreciate the impact of 2020's events on our individual and collective mental health. And this will be an area that will continue to be a priority for many organizations. No surprise perhaps that this was one of the award categories with the highest number of nominations, and we were delighted to learn about some of the great initiatives that companies have introduced in the last couple of years. In this category, we have not 3 but 4 finalists. The finalists for this award in alphabetical order are BHP, Dell Technologies, DLA Piper, Intel Technology India. And the winner is Intel Technology India. Congratulations, Intel.
At Intel, mental health is perceived the same as physical health. Friends, family, managers, and teammates are there to help. People around us can be so understanding when we are ready to reach out. If you are the person someone talks to when they are struggling, listen with no pressure or judgment. Let us all together end the stigma on mental health. You don't have to have the answers if you are unsure about something. Talk to a trusted professional to guide you further. Made available to you through Intel's EAP, Employee Assistance Program benefit. If you would like to care for your mental health and that of others, here's how Intel can support. 1. Talk to your manager or reach out to your HR partner for flexibility in your work time. 2. Employee Assistance Program. Reach out to a trusted professional for yourself or on behalf of a family member. Visit goto/EAP to learn more. 3. Lean on peers and friends for support. Vulnerability is strength. 4. Mindfulness Wellness app, Headspace, for support in sleeping and meditation. 5. You can claim reimbursement for counseling, psychiatric fee, medicines and hospitalization due to psychiatric conditions. 6. Take part in our mental health initiatives, webinars, panel events and activities to understand more about mental health.
Wow, Michael, I can't believe we're here already. Gearing up for the announcement of our final award, the Work-Life Harmony Award, sponsored by Northern Trust. Please welcome James Covilla, Vice President, Regional Head of Compensation and Benefits for APAC from Northern Trust, to present this award.
Thank you, and hello everyone. I'm honored to be here today representing Northern Trust to introduce and present the Work-Life Harmony Award. The happiness fact that I like to share with you is happiness is a skill you can learn. Neuroscience has now confirmed what Eastern wisdom has known for a long time. Happiness is a skill we can learn. Research shows that happiness, compassion, and kindness are the products of skills that can be learned and enhanced through training thanks to the neuroplasticity of our brains. We can all start by applying the practical steps shared by Cheyenne earlier and build habits for a happier life. The Work-Life Harmony Award recognizes a company that has adopted a strategic and proactive approach to promoting the work-life harmony of its employees in Asia. Work-life harmony relates to initiatives that companies have in place to empower and support employees to manage their personal and professional lives. Northern Trust is committed to our partners' overall well-being, and work-life harmony is an integrated part of our well-being strategy. The pandemic has accelerated the adoption of flexible working, and technology has provided an option for employees to be online at all times. This has increased the need more than ever for companies to ensure work-life balance and harmony. Northern Trust is delighted to sponsor the Work-Life Harmony Award as our commitment to our partners and the community to foster work-life harmony. It has been truly encouraging to listen to the finalists on how each has embraced work-life harmony in the workplace. The finalists for this award in alphabetical order are Goldman Sachs, Linklater's, Macquarie Group, and Publicis Sapient. And the winner is Macquarie Group. Congratulations.
We are Macquarie Group, a global financial services organisation headquartered in Australia. At Macquarie, employee wellbeing is our priority. Our wellbeing program, Macquarie Plus, is designed to support our people to be their best possible self, both at work and in their personal life.
Macquarie is proud to be nominated for the Work-Life Harmony Award. We're committed to giving our people the flexibility they need to manage their work and life priorities, whether that be changes of hours, locations, and patterns of work, or flexibility on an ad hoc basis. We empower our people to find a balance that suits them, and we provide support in the form of meaningful and fun activities to help with that.
Our staff recognize value of our well-being program, and this is reflected in the result of our recent global staff survey. 87% of employees in Asia feel positive about their overall well-being, and 92% feel they are just as or more productive at work than they were before COVID. Our holistic approach to employees' well-being is key to our higher engagement scores in the region.
Thank you, Northern Trust. As you bring this award ceremony to a close, a final happiness fact for you all. Happiness is contagious. Now, don't worry, you don't need to reach for your mask. But it's important to know that our happiness influences the people we know, the people they know, and in a positive way. Research shows that the happiness of a close contact increases the chance of being happy by 15%, to a friend's spouse by 10%, and to a friend's friends by 6%. So something for all of us to remember and take note as we go away today. And this brings us to our inaugural Asia Employee Wellbeing Virtual Awards ceremony to an end. A final congratulations to all the winners today. You are pioneers in employee well-being in Asia, and we applaud you.
Thank you again to our keynote speakers, to all the finalists, our award judges, our Work-Life Harmony sponsor Northern Trust, and the team at Community Business who did such fantastic work behind the scenes to make this event possible.
A final thank you to everyone who has tuned in across the region. Please take part in our #CBHappy campaign to spread a message of positivity and happiness across Asia. Don't forget to tag Community Business when you do. Thank you and goodbye.